Salute guys. Jibrumas to Maya, Jibrumas to Maya, Jibrumas to Maya, back with another public service announcement. Back with another public service announcement. Jason, hope you guys are feeling good this morning.
I always caution young people into wanting this idealistic, like,
of what it looks like.
Yes,
online
like
to
to
you,
be.
yeah.
You think that you're gonna feel so happy being so popular and famous. You're not. People are just gonna come for you, and it's gonna hurt.
Has
So,
people been all up in your business also as well?
oh
like, I
my
mean, like,
gosh.
they were like, because I asked this to most of the guests that have joined me because I also know what it's like, and then
Yeah.
people feel like they're entitled also about your
Yeah.
life, so they get
So-
deep into it.
Yes, and I love people. So my problem is that I don't have boundaries. I'm working on that. And I
Okay.
could never have boundaries with my followers because I didn't feel like Selena Gomez. I felt like Aisha Baker from, around the corner.
around the
So
corner, yeah.
I talk to everyone and anyone and I tell them everything, and that created a problem for me. And then it made me stop my success. I've done a lot with my path. I've gone to New York Fashion Week. I've
Yeah.
sat with Anna Wintour and Priyanka Chopra and Blake Lively, and I've met Ricky Martin at an event. Like, I'm in big spaces.
Yeah.
And I felt like even though I'd achieved all these things, it didn't make me feel fulfilled. It just made me feel like scared, more and more scared of like,
Were you making salah the whole time?
yeah.
Nah, then you should have been safe. Definitely safe.
It's funny that you speak about salah. It's something I struggle with.
Yeah.
And I think that it's because of all the eyes on me. And it's
Yeah.
like a weird, I can get very deep like that.
And that's why you must though, because of those
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
I'm saying
But I
this
feel
to
like
you.
Shaitan's heavy on me lately. Like,
Make more praise.
Yes.
The people don't have to see
But
it.
people don't talk about how hard it is to make salah. Like, I was talking to my brother
Yeah.
about this, and you know him a little bit. He's quite
No, I
religious.
can always catch him in the mosque.
Yeah, he's always in the
mosque.
masjid. And I love our relationship because I can say that I struggle with my
Yes.
deen and I struggle with shaitan, like being in my life.
Yeah.
And people don't talk about that. And
No,
I'm like,
you have
that's a
to.
conversation that needs to be had because, I mean, you wake up like for Fajr, for example.
Yeah.
In winter, it's easy to wake up for Fajr because it's like at a decent
But
time.
it's cold for some people. Like,
Then
oh,
you
take a dust.
say, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's cold. Now I must make up dust. And if you're a woman, I mean, I didn't expect to speak about religion, but
No,
here I
it's
go.
fine. We can just
If you're a
jump into
woman
it.
now, like, my period finished. Now I must huzzle and my hair's
Yes.
going to be wet and it's load shedding. Then I must dry my
Don't worry,
hair.
I know the story.
All
I've
these
seen it.
conversations.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, the sun's up. You missed Fajr. I mean, you can still make it Qadhan, but I'm just saying, like,
Yes.
that's what it's like the
No, but
devil in
the-
your life coming in and stopping you from being great.
This is something I've also realized. This is just myself. I'm not going to say this, but this is just how I feel. So opinion might not be super accurate. I feel like it's easier for men when it comes to the salah part because it's like, you have the mosque, you can go.
But
It's
that's
a
why
group,
you
it's a
lead
group
us.
thing and everyone's like you can always do it. The mosques are always open and it's always like readily available for the men.
It's a vibe as well.
It's a vibe. Like everyone's like, we're going to meet up in mosque, we're going to make the salah.
Yeah.
We might talk about they might talk about the soccer after. They might just talk about, is I pera gesien hier gister? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like, it's more like a boys club still on top of it, but they all coming to pray. I feel like for women, maybe not you so much, but I mean, there are people that they're at home. There's so
the
much other
kids.
things they're worrying about, thinking about, okay, I must get food, I need to do
But
the
that's
kids.
why I always think, like, as a partner, if you're in a partnership situation where you're married,
Yeah.
that's why husbands are the leaders when it comes to
Yes.
that. And it's like a lot of husbands, like, I would encourage them to be like, hey, baby, did you make salah? I like it.
Now, I'm telling like I've been about this life, and then sometimes I meet with her with the answer like, why must you tell me?
I like it because it's a constant reminder.
Why
Because
must
now,
you? As jy die salad dinner, why remind
Salad
me?
dinner, yes.
Hoe kan remind jy van
my
my?
son is 5 and he's a salad dinner.
Mommy didn't make salad.
Then you're like, no, I'm going to make now, my boy.
gonna,
but
I'm
I
gonna.
mean, that's the thing. Like, we must work together better as
Yeah.
like Muslim couples, I think,
Yes.
to like inspire each other.
yeah.
And there's a big thing that I think is really like for Muslim couples that is breaking us apart is like that of like having the boys club and the
Yes.
women are separate. And
No,
not
but
that you
yes.
mustn't go to
No,
masjid,
but
you must
can-
go, but
I
don't
mean,
forget about your wife.
If you
at
have
home.
the family, then stay at home and make salah with the family and lead them.
Or just phone your
you know?
wife and be like, baby, did you make zuhr?
Yeah.
Don't forget, no?
Okay.
Then it's
That's
like,
it.
take the, why are you telling me? I have been
That's right.
cooking and I've been
Yes,
looking after
I'm-
your children. So
Yes.
it's okay, but it's still that reminder. I don't know. I think religion is a difficult thing for me. I don't speak about it online because I don't like
Do you
the...
feel like people be like ask you questions about that about
Of course, I have
like,
nail polish on right
So
now.
why do you do this? Because the thing is, if you're Muslim, because now
Yeah.
everybody wants, because once you say you're Muslim, everybody decides that you're supposed to be the full, complete package, the one that
Yes.
is, done all the religious studies. You are the highest form. But
That's
I mean,
the thing, but like we are
people
human
trying.
beings. Yeah,
People are
everyone's trying, and let them try at their own pace.
Yes.
We're not here to stand outside and judge. Encourage when someone's doing something beautiful. And I think, even if someone says to me, like, don't wear nail polish, I hear you. And I think, like, Allah will give me that hidayah when it's
When
time.
I get there, yeah.
So I used to be in the space of like I get so emotional about this because this Ramadan was the best Ramadan for me because I
For
felt
us
like
all.
I felt that feeling of like Allah's with me and this is my path,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna reach that point like. And I don't need to do it for you,
It's for
Yusrik. I
me.
don't need to do it for my granny or for my dad or whatever. I'm doing it for me. And for the first time when I prayed, when I made salah, I felt that connection between me and him. And I was
Beautiful.
like, oh my word, you have me and this is between me and you. And whoever says anything wherever, say it. I understand that you're trying to help me.
Yeah.
And that's your own path. If you need to judge me to feel better about you doing a line
That's
of
already
cocaine
un-Islamic.
in the bathroom by your house,
Yes.
it's okay, uncle. Tell me that I'm wearing, because I've had that experience where
Yes.
they like, oh no, you dress haram and you show your body and you have wearing nail polish, but you doing coke in the bathroom at your
So,
house.
I mean, yeah.
With your 4 kids there.
But I mean,
so
we're not-
we can all go around and say,
say stuff. I
because
know.
if we really look at ourselves as a community, the men are struggling as well.
Yes.
And it's often men who judge women, and we need to turn it around and encourage each other instead.
Instead,
and
yeah.
that's a hard thing to do, and understand that everyone has a path and a journey, and they're gonna get somewhere. And how many people don't you know that like used to be so fucked up, like,
Yes.
and now they're like religious, and you're like, wow, that's so beautiful because life's a journey, and and if it was perfect, we would be in Jannah.
And maybe they were meant to obviously go through those things first to kind of get this realization. I don't know, it's an old quote, you'll never be old and wise if you weren't young and crazy.
Exactly.
So maybe let's say, yes, some of us were young and crazy, but now we understand
It's
it
such a
better.
controversial thing to say, and I'm so comfortable to say it here on your podcast
Yeah.
because you can hear my voice and stuff, but it's not something I would say online because it opens us up to a lot of debate of like black and white and right and wrong, like
Yeah.
and when someone's struggling with their DNA and you have those black and white conversations, you push that person further away.
Oh, wait, yeah.
You're not reeling them in. So I had a friend who had a drug problem, and he used to say like, even when I'm high
Yeah.
and I'm struggling, I try to remember Allah because I know He's gonna pull me out of it. And to this day, that guy's sober. You know what I mean? Like
The
it
hidayah
eventually
came,
helped.
The faith, yeah.
Yeah. So don't discount people. Don't say like that person will
You're
never
never
change.
going to come right. No, you got to
They
have
might
faith.
come right and might surprise
And they might
you.
even do better than you sometimes.
Exactly.
Just because, yeah.
So let's learn from each other and encourage each other and be more open to, saying like, hey, it's so nice to see you in the masjid.
Yeah.
Salam, brother. It's so nice to see you here.
That's why
How
my...
good doesn't that make you feel?
Very nice. No, that's why my message to everyone, obviously, this is for obviously like people who follow the Muslim faith, like make that salah. Like I'm just asking if you do I think that's so important.
It's a starting point, yeah.
And the reason I say that because especially again with the work that we do in the sense of you are in the public eye all the time and you don't know what people are thinking about. You don't know what people
Yes.
say. People could
protect
love you, people
yourself
could
as
hate
well.
you, it could go up and down. They could love you one day, hate you one day, but as long as you know you're protected, and I think that salahs are there for that
That
protection.
only landed for me this year.
Yeah.
In my 33rd year, I'm turning 33 next week. It only landed for me then because I always cared what people thought of me.
It's a great age to be, 33.
Apparently,
We
this
love
is
the
my
number.
peak. My peak. Someone told me, you're in Jannah, you're going to be 33. I'm like, is
33
this my
years.
peak?
No, you are going to be. That's. I'm not gonna say it, but that's one of our favorite numbers. We all like 33 all the time because we know that is the age of the Jannah.
Yeah.
That's our age.
Crazy.
But anyways, moving
we
along
got
with
deep.
it, we got deep there. But it was,
When you
I think it
put
was
two
beautiful.
writers in the room, damn.
I liked it. But now, we were a little bit on modern age bloggers.
Yeah.
But are people still blogging or they vlogging more now?
I think
are
it's
people
all
still
about
writing
the
as much?
TikToks, isn't it? It's all
Yeah.
about
So
the
you
TikTok.
TikTok, I know you also been doing a
I
couple
love
of
a good
TikToks as well.
I
see
love
you.
a TikTok. I'm obsessed with I'm addicted at this point. Yeah.
I saw you jive into some wild tunes already on TikTok.
No,
huh?
I love it's stuck in my head. It's like there's that one TikTok where everyone's making this thing, fetching my child from the jaw,
Yes.
and it's like all on my jaw and my all on my. Then I'm like walking around the house singing that because I think I'm
But you
getting.
know what went viral when I don't know if it was the Temple Boy song. You did a video on that song, and like people were like, "Oh, did she do that?"
Because everyone thinks I'm sturvy, I guess.
Yes, the dog's like,
Like
"No,
I
Aisha's definitely
grew up
starving."
speaking Afrikaans before English. Like
Yeah.
I was raised in like Steenburg with my granny. I went to school in Woodstock.
I love this so much.
I'm
the fact
very
that
like
it's real. You know what I mean?
I'm very coloured.
Just so you know.
But people don't know that about me because I've created, I guess, this image that I'm like sturvy. I am sturvy as well.
Yeah.
I love a good life.
But on the other
love
side,
a
it's
luxury
worked for you
life.
with the brands. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not-
and
not-
it is who I am as well. I
Yeah.
can be bougie. I can be in Paris and be like a Jadot and all that
yes,
stuff.
yes.
But I can also be like at the house with my granny and be normal. And we only speak Afrikaans to my grandmother. So,
Is it?
you know, yeah.
Interesting.
She can't speak
Nou, ons kan
English.
een beetje Afrikaans praten.
Was kind of Afrikaans bad.
So
But
what
I'm
is-
not confident
okay.
about my accent. No, my accent's like awkward now, I think. Like when I was
Talking-
younger, it was.
Okay, now talking about your granny, what is some of the stuff that your granny cook?
My granny is old now, but
But I'm
she.
talking about in the days, back in the days.
Back in the days, yeah, she made the maddest meals. Her name's also Aisha, but
Aisha.
it's Asa, obviously.
Auntie Aisha.
Asa Baker, the
Aisha.
original,
So
the
Auntie Aisha, what
OG.
did Auntie Aisha make? I know some of the meals that, like, I mean, some fun
Oh my God,
childish meals that
bunchi's
you...
curry, the
Bunchi curry.
best. Yes,
I
and
know someone that love bunchies as well.
I love bunchies, and I love pens and
Pens and
poachis.
You like pens and
Tong!
poachis?
Oh my God, I love tong.
I just don't like the smell of the pens and
I
poachis when
actually
you
like
make it.
all. Is it called asphalt? No, not asphalt. Afal.
Afal.
I
That's
like
the
all
pens and
kind of
poachis.
afal. Yeah.
You chow that?
Yeah, I can eat
Yo.
fish kop and everything, eh?
Yo, now you hectic.
You know, I went with my
Yeah.
husband because my husband thinks I'm like the bougiest.
Yes, but
little
you're like, no,
thing.
this afal's lekker.
So we go to Barbados on cricket tour and they're having a fish fry. And my uncle was a
I
fisherman.
want the head, 3 hours for the head.
No, I said, where's the kop? Like, I need to. A fish kop was the best. It's so
Did you
juicy.
suck the eye out or something?
No, I did it because my husband was getting nar. So I was like, let me stop. He's like, are you really going to eat the head? I'm like, this is the best part.
It's the best, all the juice, the flavors in it.
No, it's all because I mean, my uncle was a fisherman.
Yes.
We ate fish kop all the time. Like we made our own.
Kaita also in the
Yes.
pan, you know.
Like,
Yes.
you know, you got to. So that's the kind of foods I like. But I'm very healthy now. You know,
Healthy now,
I have
okay.
my salads and. my-
And how's the salad life going?
I know it's horrible.
But
It's
I mean,
okay.
it's
I'm trying to do better because I'm getting older. You know, my joints need
trying to
it.
live a little bit longer
Yes,
as well.
yes, and be healthy. Like I love exercising and stuff now.
Quick question here. What's your skincare routine? We're just interested to know.
Oh, it's a
wanna
Botox,
know?
darling. I love a good Botox. Not taking the pill. I love a good Botox. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like to use fancy skincare, and you can follow me on TikTok and see what it's
No,
all
we're
about.
gonna follow you on TikTok and on Instagram and
Yes,
everywhere.
please
but,
do. Yeah, so I
but no,
love
just
all that
sneak
stuff.
peek into like I mean. So let's say you wake up. Aisha wakes up in the morning. What's the
Yeah.
first thing she's putting on her face?
Oh, I like to try and keep it simple. I just do like a face wash and face wash and a face cream and sunblock. That's all.
That's it.
Sunblock
Okay.
is so crucial, and I've got good genetics, alhamdulillah. So I'm
Just
aging
putting
gracefully.
it out there. The genetics.
No,
of
I'm aging well because my mom aged well. So I think
Yeah.
I don't feel like I look 33, but I mean, maybe I do because my children that are driving me mad.
Your children are talking about the children as well. I spoke to someone. I'm like, I'm speak to Aisha. Aisha, back a little bit. Then someone was like, ask her why she don't ever show her children.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yes.
I don't mind questions like that. There's two reasons.
Yeah.
So the first was I was very comfortable to show my kids when I was pregnant. And then
Yes.
when I had my son, I posted about him. And then 6 days, I might cry or might not. Let's see. 6 days into his birth, he choked on my breast milk. I didn't even know there was a thing. And he literally turned purple in front of me. And my husband was trying to do CPR on this little baby. He literally weighed 1.8 kgs. He's premature. And we were like beside ourselves. So we got in the car. We rushed into the hospital. He's in my hands and he's literally going purple. And then we got to the hospital. This doctor was terrible. She didn't know what she was doing. She put the stethoscope on him and he just like pooed on himself and coughed up the milk and his color came back. And me and my husband
Was it like he choking on it? Was
choking properly. It
Okay.
was like lodged. So what they said was it could be like sleep apnea because he was premature. We didn't quite understand. Like he basically fell asleep while drinking and he just choked on a little, like a tiny bit of milk. And that experience of like staying overnight with him and like thinking he was
Obviously
going to
super
die,
scary.
it really like rocked my world. And then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and I spoke to my sheikh who's also my friend, and
That's
he,
what I was going to ask. Do
he
you
said to me,
think
don't show his face. Like this is naps.
the
Like
evil eye and
it's
naps and
khazat,
things
yeah.
like that?
So that's the main reason, the evil eye.
Yeah.
But I do pray over my children on a daily basis, and I've been taught what prayers to say when I'm posting, and just like simple stuff like Allah Mubarak Laha and those Lahu and whatever. So that's what I say, and like Mashallah all the time, and I ask Allah to protect my kids. So that I do.
Amen. And that's so important. You know what? Actually, I got somebody today who were like, Sumaya, so you have kids? I'm like, I have 2 sons. They're like, I didn't know. And then the fact that you said that is also one of the reasons that lots of people, I don't post much of them. Like I see them all the time. I'm always with my kids, you know, but not posting about them is not because I feel like I don't want to show them to the world. I know how evil the world is.
Yeah, it's scary.
And I'm okay because I feel myself, I know I'm protected in some form, and I walk out with that confidence to know that I'm protected.
And people must remember, like, I'm maybe popular-ish as an influencer, whatever you want to call me, but my husband is a globally famous athlete. Yes. He's not just famous here in the Cape Town. You know, he's like all over, and that also scares us because, you know,
it opens up more eyes from all over the world.
Yeah, and they're already like, you know, we can't always stop it. I mean, they're on the TV when he's playing a game and stuff like that. We don't go over the top, but I try my best to protect them. And if I can't protect them, then I rather not show them. Yeah. But I don't hide them. They're there. They're part of my life. Yeah.
But if you happen to be out and the people see them, they see them. But
no, and I'm always
like
and I do post them online as well. Like my son loves TikTok, and he's very like little handsome boy, mashallah. So he wants to make TikToks all the time, and I have to like stop him, and it's getting a bit uncomfortable. You know, he wants to go be. Yeah. So we make TikToks. I just posted on my private, like the only me, only I can see it. So it is a challenging one, but it's not because I want to hide them from my followers, or like, you know, a lot of the people that follow me, I've become best friends with some of my followers. Like I love people, so I'm not doing it maliciously. It's just a way of protecting my kids. And I also understand the value that my followers have added to my life. So I do know that there's part of my life that they want to know about.
They really want to know about.
Yeah, and they're allowed to feel that way. They've given me a career.
Yeah. Because I've been with you like since like
from the day one. So there's a little bit of respect there. But if if I meet them in public, I won't be like, oh gosh, you can't look at my child. Yeah, I'll just make now.
My next thing I want to discuss to you, or just like want to find out, but you mentioned how's juggling being a wife, right? And a mother at the same time, like your marriage, right? So I mean, obviously he has to play, he has to do some stuff. You busy with work. I mean, where do you guys have enough time to connect with you? Do you feel like it's sometimes a mission? Don't. No, not for like. I mean, I also to many people like how their marriages actually work. You know, on the inside.
It's hard. It's very hard. You know, I've been a cricket wife for 7 years. Yeah. And I've been with my husband for 9 years. So I know his career very well, but it doesn't get easier. It's very challenging. It's up and down. You know, there's times when we get to spend a lot of time together, which is so beautiful. And then there's other times when we spend no time together. And I largely raise my kids on my own with him on the phone, helping me, and obviously financially provides for us. Yeah. It's very challenging, and it's hard on our relationship, but we have a very open-minded way of navigating life, and we try and be honest with each other, and we're open to things like therapy and radical honesty, and just like
I mean, this is such an important thing, and I ask a lot of people, like, I mean, so like you say, okay, yes, this is being sorted, you know, financially we're fine, and you know, and we know he's busy and stuff like that, but it doesn't, I mean, obviously it gets lonely, and some people obviously wouldn't be able to even to live with that. Let's say you're strong enough to, there are some people who are like, no, like just leave the cricket, I want you home, you know what I mean, but then
it's
the life's not going to be there.
Like even last week I said to him, like, do you really have to go? Like, I just want you home, but he's doing so well. Yeah. And why would I hold him back? You know, I love my husband unconditionally, and unconditional love is very intense. So it means I'm able to sacrifice certain aspects of not myself, but of our life together, to know it's for the greater good and the benefit of in the long run. He gets to have this. He's not doing something like, you know, he's doing something amazing with his life. Like, it's incredible. And when we look back on this when we're older, it's like, it's all going to mean something. It's going to mean something. So it's just like having that conversation with myself. And my friend calls it staff meetings with yourself. So I have staff meetings with myself where I'm like, we've got to just push through, and cricket's not forever. Eventually it has to end, so we must do the most.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
But it's hard on our children.
And does he get to spend enough time with the kids?
No, it's very much video calling and daddy's in the phone type of thing or on the iPad. It's not really.
And it must be hard for him on the other side as well, because I think
So
even as a man, and I think it from the other side, because now it can be so taxing for us. Like, I have to go out, I have to work with these brands, I have to get this money, I have to do this and that. And it's like, so when you're gonna spend? Well, when you're gonna have like a full week to just be with the kids and put the phone up? Like, it's hard.
But you know what? When he's really good at, like, when he comes home, he's full on.
Okay.
Like, he's like
just tuned into daddy mode. Okay.
Yeah, and it's so lekker. Like, when he came home last week, I was like eating flings and watching the Kardashians. I'm like, go to daddy, like, don't bother me.
It's fine.
And
Go now.
he's like doing everything. He'll wake up early, he'll make breakfast for us, he'll take the kids to school, do everything that needs to be done, play with them, bath them.
So you get your rest every now and then.
Yes, and he's very like present when he's home. He'll like be involved with him, and I think it will get more challenging as my little boy gets older. He's starting to ask about his dad a lot, like, why does he have to go? And I tried to have conversations with my son and say, daddy's doing an amazing thing. Like, he's playing cricket on a world stage, and it's so rare that he gets to do this. Not many people can do this, and we support him because it's our family. And one day when you do something incredible, we'll support you.
We're going to support you as well.
Yeah.
And this is the conversation I think like myself and like my friends and peers have so often about that, because I would hate for people, because again, let's say people look at you and be like, wow, that's the best and most ideal marriage. I wish I was
it's so
Aisha.
hard.
But not understanding that, again, behind the scenes, it's also hard work. You know what? That's what glitters is not always gold. You know what I mean?
It's challenging.
There is
Every marriage
challenges.
has their challenges, and I talk to friends who have quote unquote normal marriages. It's also hard. There's mundane, like, I think people who have like a husband that goes to a 9 to 5 and they go to a 9 to 5 and they come home and it's the same routine every day, then they get bored and they're like some of my friends will be like, you have a part-time husband, you're so lucky, there's no onderbroek on the floor and there's no toilet seat up, and and you know what, that is nice.
It is nice.
Like when Bonnie comes home, I'm like, yo, this is what it's like to live with a man, like the constant man stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, so there is pros
you kind of
and
getting
cons.
used to what it feels like. Okay.
Yes, good. And when I'm doing everything by myself, I get to choose. I'm in control.
Yeah.
And then when you come home, it's consultation. Like, are we doing this?
Are we doing that?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's different. So there's pros and cons to every dynamic. But the loneliness doesn't get easy. I do feel lonely. But I have the most amazing family and friends who chip
But
in.
it's not the
and
same. Your partner's your partner.
your partner's your
Yeah.
partner. But we talk like all the time.
All the time,
spoken
yeah.
now, so
I'm sure you're still chatting it up a storm.
No,
You
and we
can.
still flirt, and he's like
Is
still
it?
my crush. He is like, I literally see him post on TikTok, and I'm like, this is a hot guy.
Is it?
Or
Is this
sometimes he'll come home, and I'll be like, oh my god, this is a hot man.
Do you fan your husband?
I'm his
in
biggest
a sense,
fan.
Like, you tell him like, you're so
Yes, like he'll walk and be like, oh my god, you're so hot, and he's like,
Yo.
what? He's
Living
like,
the
what the
best
hell?
life
And I'm
out
like,
there.
wow, you're the sexiest person on earth. Or like, I'll be like, wow, baby, you just had the best style. And he's like, okay. Like, I write him
Yeah.
letters, and he's like, I'm very in love with my husband, and I'm very
Beautiful.
crushy on him. Like, yeah.
Mashallah.
Like, I'm getting shy.
Might last a lifetime. No?
Inshallah, Ameen.
Listen here, random question. I know we are Muslim here, but I still like to know, what's your star sign?
My star sign is Gemini.
Your Gemini. Oh, so this is your month.
Yes.
This is your month.
a
Gemini
month.
season,
Yeah.
right?
Is star signs haram?
No, believing in horoscopes are.
Oh, like believing it's like destiny.
Like, when like, obviously some people do the tarot cards things or horoscope reading.
Okay,
so when you
yeah.
kind of get into it and you kind of read into it and be like, oh, my star sign says today.
Okay.
And then to actually go and believe that.
Like predicting the future.
Yeah, because it's
type
kind of
vibe.
like shirk, because
shirk,
we
yeah.
actually don't know. You know,
Okay.
and we can't actually believe it. But it's super uncanny.
In
that
my
sometimes
mind,
you
I
read it,
believe. Yeah, then
and then
it's
it's like,
real.
bro, but this
no,
is
but then
real.
it's maybe the shaitan's
I
playing
know
with
it is not. So like you're gonna.
No, I love star signs because I love the cliches. Like
Yes.
Geminis are like this, like half gem, half,
Yes, nice.
And that is me.
I could
That's
say,
me.
yeah.
I'm definitely a Gemini.
One day you liquor, one day you're not.
No,
you
I
know?
can flip the script so quickly. Like I have this toxic trait. Someone asked me the other day, what's your toxic
trait, yeah?
I said, my toxic trait is that I will literally ghost you. Like, you know how
Yeah.
many people have like my one ex-boyfriend who was like, I will one day talk about one day when I'm brave enough.
Yeah.
When that man is in my presence, it's like there's nothing there. It's a blank space. Like
I know lots of people like that. They
I
do
can
that.
just
They
do
can
that.
ghost You act like you don't exist.
yo, bruh, like I can literally act like you've not even walked in the room. Your presence is not here. That
You
is a
don't
blank
matter.
space. Like I'm looking through you.
Yeah.
I can do that, and it's so toxic. I've realized. Or I'll just not. You'll say one messed up thing to me, and I'll be like, Shop.
Sure, I'm done.
I don't even acknowledge you
You're not
anymore.
gonna yes.
And that's really messed up. Like, it can hurt people's feelings.
No, I know people like I
I
definitely
tried
know
to
people like
apologize every before Ramadan, that week before, like, please forgive me for the things
that
that
I've done.
Yeah.
And Pony, what is he? What's his star sign?
He's a Leo.
He's a
which
Leo,
is
okay.
in July.
Yes, I mean, okay,
What's your star sign?
I don't know. We're gonna
Tell
do
me
this.
your birthday.
We're gonna do a guess. We're gonna do the guess again today. Just a random, a super random one. Please don't. Okay, never mind.
Aries.
Aries, very close. Next door.
Pisces.
No, the other side next door.
Oh my word, what's next?
Taurus.
Are you a Taurus?
Cool.
Wow.
28th of
Oh my
April.
gosh, my
28th of
son
April.
is a Taurus.
Is it?
Yes, I love a
must be a
Taurus.
legend.
Very stable people. Fun, stable, like to be home, comforted,
Yes,
you know?
just chill, relax.
No
you
wonder
know.
you love religion. My son loves religion.
Is it?
He
Oh,
loves
that's
being a
my Taurus
Muslim.
brother.
He wants to like give dawah all day,
All the
every
time.
day. So the other day we go to school. We go to school. I'm like, remember today, Uncle A was fetching you for masjid, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. Then my brother phones me. I'm like, listen here. He's like, no, I don't know if I can fetch him. I'm like, must I take this child to masjid? Like, he must go.
Yeah.
It's Friday. So he's like, no, man, whatever. So I'm like, I can't take him. Then I walk into school. My son's like, mommy, can I talk to you quickly? I'm like, oh, okay. Like maybe there's a bully or something.
Yeah, what's
So I'm like, yes, my boy, what's wrong? He's like, okay, so mommy, when we go to masjid, if you go upstairs, ladies are allowed there.
So, like,
Yeah,
you
so
should
he's
come
like,
with.
so if you want to come with us to masjid on a Friday, you can.
You can. Okay.
But it's like the dawah, you know. Then I'm like,
Yes,
oh,
yes.
okay,
How
shukran
old
for
is he?
inviting
He's how old?
me. He's 5.
He's 5. Oh,
I'm
he's
like,
giving it
shukran
down.
for
No,
inviting
he's a
me,
legend.
Khalid. You
Yeah.
know, and he said to me the one day, how come, because I was struggling with my salahs, like I mentioned. He's like, how come some mommies don't make salah? So I said, like, which mommies? He's like you. I was like, no, mommy does make salah,
You
but
just don't see, mommy. I'm
and he's
busy
like,
in the
I
room.
never see you, and your burka's been in the same. Imagine
Your
I
bab's
said,
been laying on the couch.
I said, Travi tonight. I was like, no.
So he probably enjoyed Ramadan. He did
He
it.
loved it. He loves Ramadan. He loves like everything about being a Muslim. It's
Yeah.
cute.
So I mean, obviously now with them, I know Kali boy. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, we're rocking.
Are we going long?
Almost.
Sorry, I can
almost.
talk for days. How many
Yeah.
hours do you have?
Don't worry, you can cut the spot out. Anyways, so we were at so now during Ramadan, now again, you obviously now obviously I have a little bit more of a healthier lifestyle. So because I
Yeah.
asked this question to some people, so did they get what they like though during like to eat time? No, breaking their fast.
Okay.
What did your son want? That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, he doesn't fast yet. I'm trying to stop him from fasting because he's like. He really
But did
has
he
a-
want to? Though? I see. He
He
seems
did
like he
want
wanted to.
He wanted to, but he's like already. He's growing, man. I just feel like you're not mukallaf. Like just
Yes,
relax, slow your
okay,
roll.
enjoy.
You're only 5. Just
Yeah.
eat. But so if my husband's home, then it's like the whole soup and savories and
Okay.
food stuff.
The vibes.
But
yeah.
when I'm alone, I don't really eat much. I'll have like soup. That's it.
And that you find, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a date and soup and water. I lost like 5.5 kgs this last Ramadan because he wasn't home and I didn't eat any savories or
Okay.
anything unless I'm eating by someone's house or whatever.
Or family, other family.
Yeah,
comes,
I'm not a
nobody
food
visits.
person. Like I don't love food.
Yeah, you just need to chow.
I
say
love
you-
cake and like donuts and like, but food. I'm
Desserts,
like,
coffee? You
Yeah.
like coffee?
Love coffee, love desserts. I eat food so that I can eat dessert. Like I'll have a little bit of food and I'll
So
be like,
you can have the
all
dessert.
all the dessert.
I know this.
Yeah.
I know people exactly like this.
Is it?
Yeah. Listen, I got a couple of fun questions here before you go.
Oh, God, not the would you
know,
rather.
you know the would you rathers were coming.
This
You
triggers
watched
me.
this.
Okay,
The would you
fine.
rathers had to come in, and I was actually looking at.
I went to
Sophia here.
research, like,
I'm
what is usually gonna
cool,
ask me?
I'm gonna. Okay, no, but don't worry. I'm not gonna go too heavy. I don't know. Do you want the heavy ones?
No, man, just ask me and I'll just laugh if I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna ask.
I'm a rebel. I told you.
I'm gonna start it off
answers.
easy, right? So would you rather go a year without desserts? You just said you love sweet stuff. A year without desserts, or eat a spoonful of wasabi every single morning.
Spoonful of wasabi every single
So
morning.
why is that instead of the desserts?
Because I can eat the cake afterwards and it just takes the strongness away.
Okay. Would you rather be the oldest or the youngest child in your family? Because you're obviously the middle child right now. But
Ooh,
if you had
that's-
to choose,
Oh my word. I think the youngest because my sister was very spoiled. That sounds nice. I might want to
Well, she-
experience that.
so she never got some of the stuff that you got, obviously growing up.
Yeah, if she wanted a Barbie doll, they just said yes. I was like, what? It's not a birthday. What the
It's not
hell? You said
Why
we
did
have
she
to
keep-
wait until our birthdays. Yeah.
You know, I'm the middle child as well, so I know middle
And
child.
we used to spoil her as well. She got
Yeah.
whatever she wanted.
Okay, so at least TT and Vita is coming
you know
through.
the vibe.
Did she go near the clubs with
No, she was a good
she never
girl.
Got, she never got the
She didn't want to go clubbing. She's like, that looks boring. I'm going to study.
Okay, these are some weird ones, man.
Okay, just give me, but not the liquor Beetjies food thing, because
Okay.
then I leave. I'm exiting.
Let's talk about that. Which would you do, by the way?
No, none, no.
Since we here, since you made
No, I'm not
I'm
doing-
pretty sure you thought about it. I will
Assalamu
never lick,
alaikum, it's been real.
I'm never licking that food.
I said, what the heck?
Yeah. Okay. No, man, I can't. I really can't
Just
do
ask
these
me-
ones. I
ask
can't
me,
do
it's
these
fine.
ones. Would you rather have the best sex of your life for one night or mediocre sex every day for the rest of your life?
The best for one night.
The best for one night.
Yeah.
That's fine for you. Then
That's
otherwise,
fine for me. I'm in a long distance marriage. I can cope.
okay. Does it get tough sometimes? By the way.
What do you think? You
Okay,
let me know what you think about that.
Okay, I got a few dark ones. These ones are a little bit. I'm moving away from the dirty ones. We'd rather go into dark.
Why dirty one?
Because you
Why
dark.
did you say Aisha Baker dirty questions?
No, I
Does
didn't.
Does
I
that
didn't.
make sense?
There's a little for everyone.
I'm like the most squeaky clean influencer that ever existed. I have no scandals, nothing with me.
Okay. Would you rather take a bite out of a live fish you just caught, or take a bite of a live but non-venomous snake?
Are you kidding me? The fish.
The fish.
I just told you I love fish scoop. It's probably like
First
sushi.
scoop, you bite in it. Okay.
Although the scales might be problematic, but yes, I'll do it.
Okay. Would you rather eat only insects for the rest of your life? So when I say insects, I mean we got ants, we got spiders, cockroaches, or eat normally as you normally have, but have constant diarrhea. Like
Constant diarrhea.
You go to the toilet like every few
Yeah,
seconds.
that's fine. I can handle that.
You can handle
Imagine
that.
the abs you have.
What? That's an auntie that nitpicks. Hi, Jarak, I'm the Maro. What is it? Ek kak heel dag.
They're going to say, get alle mense right.
Get alle mense. There's always that. Okay. Would you rather have a cold sore that never ever goes away? Or poop in your pants once a week for the rest of your life? For just one day. Okay, I'm not gonna say you can. I'm not gonna say you can put a nappy on.
Oh my god, I'm like, am I wearing a diaper? Like, is it Aggies?
Okay, let's say you're not wearing a diaper. You're in the outfit. You're out. You're ready to go to this event. And okay,
Have
that's
you
the
ever
day.
pooped in your pants?
Have I ever? No, I've never. That I can
Okay.
remember.
I
No.
don't know if I can handle that cold sore.
Have you?
I'm sure I have.
Not
That
pooped
sounds
in.
like a me thing. That sounds like a me thing to happen to me. Like just the unfortunate event of me pooing in my
I'm pretty sure someone's watching this. Yo, I don't remember. I cut in my brook one. Okay, well, the brick was full of gunk.
Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! Imagine flashbacks.
Okay, so the cold sore is the cold sore. Would you rather drink up vomit from a dark alley,
Oh,
alley ground, or puke in your mouth every time someone said your name?
a puke in my mouth. Everyone's.
Like, you know, little,
Will they say Aisha Baker or will they say Aisha?
they just
There's a lot of
saying
Aishas.
We just saying Aisha.
Look at me. I'm like trying to see what I want to do. I'll vomit in my mouth.
Okay. Yo, that's a heavy one.
Okay, just ask.
Okay, would you rather suck a used tampon for you see, I didn't want to go there for 1 minute, or make out with a public toilet seat for 1 minute. So a public toilet seat, and remember this is I'm talking about one of the toilets, maybe like on the beach side, you know.
You know what I would rather do is like the person who came up with that question.
Yes, I
we
know
need
it's
to
very
have a
sick.
conversation.
We obviously
So
have
we just
to.
need to discuss like where are you in your life?
Look, I'm gonna
and how
show you
can
this
you-
right
how
there.
can
It's
you-
not. I didn't make them up.
No, that is too much for me. I refuse to answer.
Okay, you stamp on it is. Anyway, moving.
Also, is it my use tampon or is it
Now
someone
it's your
else's?
grandma's.
Like I have several questions.
I think I'm gonna give you the last three. Oh.
When you say sick, I didn't think like
This is pretty sick ones. I thought we were gonna take it a level higher. I've had many people. I think we've had Mark Lotter in here as well, and I asked him some sick stuff, and he was like, "No, bring it on." So I'm like, "Okay, I need to take it a step higher."
oh, then
So-
Mark Lottering. I don't know about.
Well,
that.
wait for that one. It's coming. Okay. No, man. You know what? In fact, I'm gonna let you read number 24 and 25.
Okay, God.
You feel free to read them, and then I don't want to ask them, but I want you to
Why do you have a privacy screen?
just look at it.
Let's discuss that.
Yeah. You feel free to read it if you want to, but just give me see. I didn't write it.
This is both very incestuous, and I don't know about that.
Feel free to read one if you want to.
Would you rather eat your own scabs uncontrollably or pee yourself a little every time you stood up? I would 100% pee
You
myself.
skipped the two that I actually asked you to read.
Yes. I did. I told you I will rebel. I would rather be myself. Thank you. That's my final answer.
Okay. So Aisha, yes, here we are now. It's 2023, blogging life, doing this thing. Has it still been very fulfilling for you all these years later?
No, it hasn't. I've actually taken a year off to focus on motherhood and being with my kids. And actually, that's harder than working, to be honest. I wanted to be a housewife for a year. And then I was like, I actually like having my own money. So I started doing odd jobs again. Closed my companies in December. I was like, I'm tired of this. I had like a scandal that happened to me last year. And just like seeing people I know react to it and the stuff they were saying online, it's the first time it ever happened to me.
So like people like it, you knew they were like kind of for to be against you kind of thing.
Yeah, just say like making comments online.
Hurtful. That's like you like yours. So that's what you're thinking the whole time.
It cut me deep, bro. And I was like, I couldn't recover from that. And then I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Plus
like,
the deep Gemini must have been in the fields about that.
I was
like, how could
deep
you?
in my feelings.
Yeah.
And so so I decided I don't want to do this anymore. I can't. And then I realized, like, after the fast and everything, I was like, why am I dimming my own light, like my shine? Like, I'm made to be out there. I'm made to be seen. I was destined to have a voice. Like, why am I dimming it for XYZ there in Rondebosch East, like, grilling me when they're so unhappy with their life too? I think, like, it put things into perspective for me, and then I forgave those people, like, in my heart.
Yeah.
And now I'm like looking forward to doing stuff again. Like I told you, I have my own podcast as well, and I had all these plans, and I just stopped everything because I was
go
like,
for it, just do it, like,
I wanted to hide away for a year, and then I didn't hide.
I feel like everyone gets, like, not everyone, but like, I mean, if you've been doing it as long as you have, like, even I got to a point and I said that where I was just like, I don't like social media at all. But I just feel like people are being
just
like,
the visceral comments that you get.
like people are being, I feel like people are getting too into it, and like, a whole group of people that were never on social media kind of got here for the first time, not knowing what's going on here. So now you feel entitled to say
it's
things.
that 1980s age group.
And I was like, but why, man? Like, you know what I mean?
Why are people born in the 80s so mean? Like all of our older siblings and cousins. I'm like, when someone writes a really mean comment, I'm like, you're born in the 80s. Like, there was something that happened there. I even asked my mom, like, what were you guys doing in the 80s? Because those kids are like really hardcore mean kids. Like, they're grown-ups now. But I mean, that age group is really mean. It's like
I grew up with only 80s kids. Like, I mean, I know that.
But how's the dissing like on another level, eh?
But I think 80s kids got to do a lot of stuff without being seen.
Yeah.
Like,
So they've got like the domplak. Like
yes, you understand.
It's like you don't know the consequences. Imagine.
Okay,
I just feel like 80s kids can be hectically mean. It's like all my older cousins and like my brother's age group. Like they'll diss you like you're crying in the bathroom.
But then you must take it a step higher. The 60s and 50s also. I don't know if you never got grilled by your mother or your grandpa or someone. Because that grill's another level.
No, my parents are cool. We have a friendship. My mom was 25 when she had me. My dad was 26, and then they got married at like 18. So they were cool. We were like homies. Like I can swear in front of my parents. We swear as like in conversation. That's my bad trait is I swear a lot.
What are some of the swear words you using?
No, like just fuck and
like fuck. Okay, but
if I'm really angry, puss. Like
we were waiting for that one. Okay, so everyone's like, oh, Aisha, that's say puss. Wow.
My husband hates it.
Amazing.
Like it's his worst thing. He's from PE, so he's like,
okay, boy.
Or like when I'm like fark, like this fark thing, then he's like,
farting,
just no, because he's very like poised and whatever.
Okay,
he's a billionaire, but he's and his family's conservative. They don't swear.
Okay.
So I'm friends with my parents. I didn't have that issue, but and my granny was quite hectic, and she swears a lot also.
No, my pops grill us at any time.
Any moment.
Like any moment.
Stay woke.
Like you gotta stay. You gotta be ready. My father's actually a teacher, and then he looks at any time to just give you to grill you.
Oh my gosh.
But it's still cool, super funny, super chill. But I mean, like it's gonna be in a very fun light order. We're not like
okay, yeah. That's definitely my siblings. They're like tergers, like they tease you and like.
Jersey you know what I mean? I'm not you.
I'm already look at me. I'm defending myself. I'm like
no. That's a liquor jersey.
Thank you so much. You secure. I told you now. I'm insecure.
I think we're running this super long. Now, this is probably one of the longest episodes apart from another one. But anyways, quickly, while we are here, top 3 places people should see in their lifetime that you've been to before. Like, I mean, what's some of the 3 places that you loved going to?
Oh my God, that's a very hard question.
Yeah, you said you did the New York Fashion Week. I don't know. Do you think people should go check it out if they love fashion? Like, I don't know. Tell me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like if you can go anywhere, no budget restrictions.
yeah.
Okay, I would say my top 3 places that I've personally been to is definitely number 1, Barbados. Like the people, the culture, the music, the food, the beaches, like everything's just amazing. It's so cool. And New York, because it's just it's New York, baby. Yeah. It's so good, and you just feel like that vibe when you're in New York. I love New York. And I don't know where else. Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Yeah, Cape Town's the best. I've lived in other countries. I don't want to live in
But
New York.
home is home.
Home is home, and our people are the best, and our language is the best. Like, I hate when people
So you
say,
never want to run away and like, I'm leaving Cape Town, I'm never coming
no,
back.
like when people want to go to Australia, I'm like, why do you want to go there? It's so bland. Don't leave this
And
place.
you know what, the people who, all our expats, even when they leave to kind of Cape Town in New Zealand, is always like so invested in Cape Town life.
Literally,
They're
Cape
like, they
Town's
know
the
about,
best.
I know, because I've got a
Cape
couple of
Exit,
friends.
here we come.
They know about things that happen. Did you see what happened on the M5? I'm like,
I know.
bro, you living in New Zealand.
Yeah, we're like,
How do you know what happened on the
M5?
M5?
Mitchell's plane last week. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you know this?
I don't even know.
No, literally. So I've lived in the UK, and traveled a lot with Barney because of cricket.
Yeah.
And I just feel like nothing's like Cape Town. It's the best. Like our people, and just we're so friendly.
I
Like
got
South
you.
Africans are just amazing
Friendly,
people.
yeah.
The whole of South Africa, like South Africans are amazing. And then you go overseas and you realize how shit everyone else is. Like, they're so rude.
Just like serious, and it's
Serious,
like you don't get
rude.
that greeting. Like,
Yes.
I don't guess how you
And
doing?
you know how
You're not
funny
getting
we
that.
are. Like we're just naturally funny. It's like you.
We've
don't
been
get
through so much trauma now. We're just funny.
literally with the funniest
This
nation.
country, because we've been through too much trauma.
And I just love colored people, specifically Cape colored people. I love like our Afrikaans dialect.
Yeah.
I think it's just so special. And like I've even taught my husband how to speak Afrikaans like we do, because obviously in PE they're very savor. And
So what do we gooi dit doen? So he says a couple of stuff every now
no,
and then.
like we say morsag.
Morsag, yes.
He says morsag.
Morsag.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's keeping it real.
I'm like, wow,
Kak,
that's
morsag.
very- yeah, I'm like, no, you morsag. And then what else does he say? Like, you know how we say knee and they say near.
Yeah.
And like all the flat sounds that we have, man, like, and like random words like kadoes, and
Kadoes,
you know what that
okay.
is, okay?
Man, you kak, morsag. Why is your balls on me?
No.
Cricket ball.
Yeah, you'll say morsag, or you'll
Morsag.
say, oh, another one is like, what's that word that he said to me the other day? And I was like, what are you saying? He was like, goed so.
Oh, goed zo.
I said, it's goed so.
Huh?
Like goed so.
Goed
He's
so,
like,
yeah,
goed so, goed so. I'm like,
Goed so.
yo. I feel like I'm doing Afrikaans
what?
oral. I'm like, what's going on? So there's like, I've taught him like how to speak like us. So when we go overseas, because when you go overseas, other people actually understand Afrikaans.
Yes, they do. Like, I mean,
They
Dutch
don't
and...
understand Kaps Afrikaans.
Yes,
They
yes,
won't
yes.
understand it, and don't call it Kombuis Afrikaans because it's not from the Kombuis. It's
not.
Kaps.
Okay.
It's a Kaps style.
Quickly. Three things, 3 foods, 3 of your favorite foods.
My favorite food.
And let's like cancel that whole vegan, and not vegan, but like
I'm not too vegan.
the healthy vibes. No?
I do
Just
like
like on a
that.
real note, like, I mean, Aisha Baker growing up, 3 favorite meals.
Okay, I told you bunchikos
Yes.
is my favorite, and then do you ever have that like mince curry that's like mince and peas and potatoes?
Yes, I had
and
it last
roti?
night.
Yeah,
Very good.
that's my favorite. I'm like, did you ever have it? Because I can't make it, so I'm like,
Okay.
yo, it's a memory.
We're
for
gonna
me.
send you some. Don't
Yes,
worry.
please,
Don't
I
worry.
love
Okay?
that. And then maybe like sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah. That's actually just
Oh,
me,
sushi rocks,
you
though.
know, like I'm sushi and like I'm a wallabies and like my granny's food. Like that's
No, but
the
the
duality
sushi's
of my
always the one.
personality.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Anything that you want to share there with the rest of South Africa before we jump on out of here?
I'm not doing anything special right now, but you guys can there's nothing
Follow
I need
on
to plug.
TikTok. Follow
You
on
can follow
TikTok.
me on TikTok and be kind to me, please, because like, I'm very sensitive. Else I'm gonna block you.
No, I blocked him also.
I
They must
block
go.
people who
They must
daily-
go. Anyway,
Someone
guys.
tell you, I'll
It's
block
been-
you. Don't tell
Aisha,
me
it's been a
off.
pleasure. Shukran for your
Thanks, sir.
time. I
Afwan.
appreciate this was a very fun chat. I enjoyed it.
Really,
I
I'm
did.
so glad.
I'm not gonna lie. In the words
feel
of us
validated.
colored people, it was kaklikker.
It was cackling.
From Aisha to Maya, until the next time, man. Thank you for joining us for the PSA podcast. We out. I just don't know if you guys are feeling good.